Swanage TV. Let's just drive for you and for me. Have fun in the sun, go swim in the sea. There's always something special on Swanage TV.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Swanage TV. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ian. My co-host today is Gary. Gary, how are you?
Good evening, Ian. Thank you. Looking forward to the first episode of Swanage TV. How are you?
Yeah, magic. I'm looking forward to it as well. We'll see how it goes. But Gary, tell me, why are we doing this? Why are we putting our faces in front of the beautiful people of the Isle of Purbeck?
Well, Ian, we want to provide a new platform for the people of Purbeck to have their say on issues that affect us all in the Purbeck area.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. What do you mean? Like news stories and things and hot topics, live interviews, competitions, giveaways, guests, phone-ins, la-di-da, bit of social media, and it's live. So we're going to make mistakes. You mean that, yeah?
Exactly that, Ian, yes.
Thanks very much. Okay, now listen, this is where you can take part. We're doing this for Swanage, try and lift Swanage so that we can all have a say, and you can take part. You can give us a call, 0330, you can see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen, 0330 001 2401, or you can also, calls are costing at local rates, ask the bill, pay us permission, all of that nonsense. You can email us at helloswanage.tv, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Swanage TV. So with that done, Gary, how are you? What have you done this week? How are things?
Not too bad, Ian. Obviously been busy around trying to do outside broadcasts for the Swanage TV launch.
Yeah, it's a bit mad. It's been a bit mad.
But we've, I think we're there now. Obviously we're live now.
We're about to find out in a very serious way. And thank you, by the way, everyone. We put the clip out last night. We weren't expecting any of the views or the support, so thank you. So you've been doing that.
Yeah.
What else? Anything exciting?
Just back to work, backwards and forwards to work. And
All the stuff.
yeah, all the boring stuff. Exactly. How's your week been?
Much the same, although the weekend we went to a large charity event at Studland. It was for the Will Does charity, very worthwhile cause. That was quite good, and obviously work and doing this and trying to get something sorted out. So, yeah, there you go. What's coming up on tonight's show, Gary?
Well, we've got phone-ins, and we'll have a business guest later on in this evening. And,
right.
I'll be taking the microphone outside of the studio.
Oh dear, yes.
In the Purbeck area.
To that.
And meeting different people on the street, asking a few questions,
and sort of getting their views on the topics of the week, I guess.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
We'll see what we can do. Also coming up, obviously, each week we're going to get we're going to invite one person on from the business world to come along. Tell us all about themselves, tell us about their business that they currently have, promote their business. It's a free thing. And if you want to take part, if you're a business, obviously get in touch with us via all the things that I mentioned earlier that keep scrolling across the bottom. And you can come on, you'll be interviewed, and we'll do the same thing. What's next, Gary? What's next? What have we got? Because we've got a bit of a packed show.
It's quite a big show, yeah. We've got, let's take a look at the Purbeck webcams for a moment.
The Purbeck webcams. What do you mean?
There's some amazing webcams out there.
Show us what you mean, producer. Hello, Tiger. We're looking now at the Swanage Railway. Look at it. It's a different view. No one sees that very often. Not too bad, I suppose. What else we got, Mr. Producer, who shall remain nameless? Corfe Castle. Hello. That's quite nice from there, isn't it? We've still got a bit of light. We've still got a bit of light there. A bit cold.
That's a nice picture, that.
Yeah. What else we got there? Do you know? Now listen, Gary. You know the like in Studland. Tell me if there is a woman that sunbathes naked or does is it naked yoga or something? Because we've got to get her on, because we were looking around the webcams and someone was telling us about it. Obviously, we weren't looking for her, but we know she's on there. We'd love her to come on, tell us why she does it. That'd be fantastic. So we got some weather. It's 10 past, coming up 6 minutes past 6, maybe about, I don't know, 10 past 6, what it is. We've got some weather. Should we do some weather? Shall we?
Let's do the weather.
Shall we do the weather? Right, okay, listen. Tonight, it is, in actual fact, raining, okay? Simple as...
He's a good weatherman. He's a good weatherman.
It's raining over there because it's Monday, right? Okay, it's raining. Okay, so we got that there. We got Friday, which is 16 degrees, bit of rain, bit of sunshine. That's there. We've got Saturday, which is literally raining again. It's 14 degrees at the highs. We've got Sunday, which is also clearly raining. Okay, we've literally gone into Monday, which is sunny and rain, and then Tuesday's cloudy, but it's going to rain. Okay, it's as simple as that. So there we go with the weather. Okay, it's going to bring us into the first segment of our show, which is called no less. We were trying to search for a name for it, so we came up with the I can't remember what it was. I think it was the Five hot topics of the week.
He was nearly there.
I'm really, really sorry. And this is a bit.
It's all about live TV.
We'll go through some of the main topics of concern, you know, with the Swanage people, and we'll try and make it so that you guys can call in, give us a call. Obviously, at some point, it might go against what you think. Sometimes you might think it's the same thing. Everybody's got an opinion on what's in the newspapers and what's in printed media. So we're going to talk about these things, and we're going to give you a chance to come on, give us a call, 0330 001 2401. Send us an email, talk to us live, chat, that sort of stuff. But you can give us a call if you want to, and let us know what you think. So, Gary, what is then, please, the first hot topic of the week?
First hot topic of the week, Ian, is the ferry.
Oh, mate, the Sandbanks ferry. Okay. I mean, where do you want to start with it? Where do we start with the Sandbanks ferry? How long, Gary, has it been off? Seriously, how long now?
It's supposed to be starting up this month, apparently, correct?
Yeah, well, it is the 20th, I think. I mean, maybe someone can let us know. But the disruption it's caused, I mean, you see it in the background. The money lost to businesses over there, Gary. I mean, you've got people that go to these places and they catch the ferry. They're day trippers. And obviously the holiday makers, they go that way. And they've had nothing. And the problem is driving all the way around to get to Studland doesn't seem... It's too far sometimes in the summer. So people sort of avoid that bit. So
Quite a trek.
Are there any... I don't know if there are. Are there any grounds for some of the businesses there that have lost money to work with the ferry company to maybe get some compensation? Does that even work or not? Because I know the poor lady in the post
insurance
office,
payout or something.
I don't know. I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, you could be right. The businesses could get their interruptions to, business insurance, I guess. I don't know. Perhaps someone can give us a call, let us know what the official position is from, say, some of the businesses there that have been affected, or
if anybody works on the ferry, they could always phone in and give us a heads up.
Yeah, that'd be a good shout.
On the exact date it is actually starting to run. That'd
be really nice, because we don't know, do we, for sure? No. I mean, I'm sure it was the 21st of October. I saw something in one of the printed presses that we're using. Sandbanks ferry, passenger safety must be a priority, right? So they've been trying to source this new ferry from Germany or something, and it's been sort of a bit of a disaster for them because there's never been sort of any backup plan. And I wonder, this is the other thing I was talking about is, when we were talking about maybe it would be put out to tender, it doesn't ever seem to get put out to tender. It always seems to go to this ferry company. And is that because they own the road between the slipway and then perhaps on the other side? Is that why it wouldn't be worth anyone doing it? Because they would be charging so much for rent?
Well, I'm not sure which part
I'm not sure.
Which part the National Trust own, actually. They obviously own both sides, don't they?
I don't know, Gary. That's the mean. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what they are doing though, the company spent a lot of money up in the service program for it, didn't they? They spent extra money to get the date. And I've worked in engineering, and it is hard sometimes if you've got a schedule you've got to work to, and then all of a sudden this job that, you know, is an unprecedented job. However, I mean, the drive shaft broke. Wouldn't that have been tested when it was in maintenance or not? I don't know. Maybe there's room for some issues with their maintenance program. Maybe it's a highlighting of a problem. I also thought about that they were talking about sending this temporary floating board. You know, what do you reckon? Temporary pontoon.
Yeah, well, there was talk that they should have had something in place in case this happens, but it's all to do with money, I guess. A lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. They make a lot of money, though, don't they? I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone can come on and give us their views on what's happening, what they think of the whole thing, you know, what they think of the Sandbanks ferry issue. Give us a call. It's normal rate. Ask the bill payer's permission. It'll be included, I think, on your phone minutes if you're phoning from a mobile. I think the managing director, really, to put it to bed, says we're very sorry for the impact it's caused, and we'll go from there. So I'm not quite sure. If the live stream has gone off. I don't know if people can hear us. Looks like the test card is. Yeah, I believe the test card is in play.
Anyway, the ferry is a big topic. I mean, we could go on all night about that.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Listen, give us a call retrospectively or send us an email about the ferry. Gary, what's topic number 2?
Topic number 2, Ian, is, did you hear, the Swanage Hospitals had a £500,000 investment into building a X-ray unit, is that correct?
Yeah, I think it's a state-of-the-art X-ray unit. I don't think it's just an X-ray unit, Gary, to be honest. I think it's
quality.
something... I think it's something a bit more than that. But yeah, I did see it. Yeah, £500,000. That is a lot of money. Is it not?
Which should confirm that it will go on for a few years yet. Because there was talk about closure years ago, wasn't there? Yeah,
do you remember they were all up in arms that it was going to close, and they had the big thing at the Molem and it stayed open. But what I'm saying is, it's nice that there's investment of £500,000. It's not no small potatoes. You know, it's for. I think it was for better facilities as well, wasn't it? You know, toilet areas and reception waiting areas. But they got a state-of-the-art machine. And it improves waiting times. But I did notice it was like for up to about 50 or 60 people a week. That's a lot of people that need X-rays and stuff, isn't it? That's a lot of broken bones.
It's it's well worthwhile keeping it anyway.
I think it's a good one. And Harry was there when he snipped open the ribbon with his roly-polies. I do, you know, hello Sandra, you know, cut the ribbon.
I actually think that's a joke though, isn't it? The roly-poly business he's got.
I don't know. I bet.
I've never seen one.
As some food thingy. Not.
I see a lot of adverts about it all, but I feel it's a joke one.
I think. Well,
does he need to have a business doing roly-poly jam, roly-polies?
Yeah, but I think it's for GoDaddy, the website thing. But I'm surprised.
That's what it's about.
It must be a food brand that's taking him on.
Yeah.
Like frozen roly-polies. I mean, come on, or whatever with custard.
He's
having it away. And he looks in the picture that we had. I mean, he looks at.
If I lived on Millionaires Row and I was just retiring, I wouldn't start up a roly-poly business, would you?
He loves money, though, Gar.
Sorry?
He loves money. The they live in different circles. Have you seen his house?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
His house. Yeah. It's an immense house. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. And don't forget, he's in one of the richest industries that we have, which is the football game, and it's worth a lot of money in it. So,
well, there is
you know, these things are sent to try us. But do we like Harry Redknapp? He's a good guy, isn't he? Gary, do you like Harry?
Everybody loves Harry.
Everybody loves Harry, and everybody loved him in the jungle as well. They thought that was. Yeah, I like his jam roly-polies. Good luck to him. That's all I can say. Right, what we got next, Gary? What's the next story?
The next one is we read about the flood defences in the Swanage, on the Swanage seafront there. They're going to be put temporary ones in place for the moment, and then hopefully, Dorset Council actually and Swanage Town Council are putting money into it, into invest in more permanent sea defences, which is great, which is amazing. Obviously we need them.
Yeah, you see it, don't you? You see it like every sort of February time or whatever it is, and it comes up over the seawall, and it all gets a bit.
Takes out half the shops, I think.
Yeah, it does. It floods them every year. I don't know insurance. I mean, it must be a nightmare for them. But these temporary flood things. There was talk years ago of like when they put permanent flood things in and reclaim a lot of the land there, reclaim a lot of the sea. Sorry, so where the wall is now, come out about 20 or 30 feet, and then they were talking about having a development of houses there with seafront stuff and all that, and then coming right out and then having the marina and all that sort of stuff. Did that ever get off the ground? Is it ever something that's going to happen? I mean, well, they're doing the flood defence. I don't know what they're going to do, what the plan is, but Mike Barnfield said, we are pleased to be pushing ahead with this substantial programme of works. So it's a biggie. It's a big thing. So, yeah, good. Keep us safe.
I do wonder, actually, about the new build that's going up there, where was it the Pierhead Cafe, they called it?
Yeah.
That new development there, I mean, that's worth a lot of money, isn't it, basically? And to have all that flooded would be disastrous, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it won't come up over the pier, though, will it? Or does it?
No, along the...
I know.
Pier.
G Whites and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a nice little development, I think, as well, isn't it? So I wonder if, I mean, it's good. It's good in a way that Swanage is boosting itself. We're getting investment.
Well, especially that end of town.
Going on.
That building was derelict for a long time, many years.
Wasn't that a council issue, though? Was it something to do with planning permission or something?
It was always planning permission for over 20 years, this was.
Okay. Well, it's nice to know that the council...
It's good to see it's all going ahead now, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's nice to know that the council has seen sense, I guess, and done it. So, flood defences. Getting back to it, how much do you think it's cost, Gary? Does it say... I wonder what the budget is for that. Because if it's a substantial programme of works, and I wonder if, those defences are far out, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
I haven't seen a figure, actually. But obviously, Swanage Town Council and Dorset Council will be putting money towards it. So
we're
saying your council tax. Your council tax won't be going up.
When they say government are doing it and councils are doing it, they're putting money towards it. It's actually not. It's our money. Like so we're for it. They always make this thing in the papers and stuff like that. Like the government is paying for this, the government is paying for that. And they're not. It's us. It's our money. So there you go. Oh, that's nice. Some webcams going on as well. Oh, look at that. The longboat's going out. I don't know if you can see that. Go on.
Give him a wave. Give him a wave, Ian.
Oh! And there's someone coming down the hill there over by Banjo Pier. Who's that? I was going to say you can't wave it. Yeah, hello. Hello to you all. I don't want to talk about sea level rising and stuff like that. Not today. What's the next one, Gary? Because at this point, we've only got about 10 minutes before Gary has to get up and leave. And
start roaming.
Outside broadcasting.
Okay. Topic number 4 is the bandstand, actually. And what
this topic, I don't know, this is like a feel-good topic, but it's also got this, thing about cost and stuff. But as it is, that it's a bandstand. It's old. It's an old landmark of Swanage, okay? These sort of things should sort of be protected and preserved. There's a lot of history to them. So they should be. How it's funded, I don't know, in terms of how we fund all these landmarks. But the chap, Alan Houghton, has done a tremendous job, I understand, doing all of the fundraising, and from what I understand, it looks fantastic. The argument that I've heard is could the money have been spent on better things? I know it's cost a fair packet. I don't know exactly. Perhaps we can get Alan on one day and ask him exactly how much it cost. And could that money have been put better services, better public services? I mean, who knows, Gary? I mean, really, who knows?
Well, it was funded by the locals, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think it is.
A good share of it was raised by Alan himself, actually.
Yeah.
And obviously the council stepped up with a couple of quid.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, listen. I've got to fall on the side that it is a good thing, and I know it costs a lot of money, but I've got to fall on the side it's a good thing. It's protecting a landmark. I mean, I don't know if they got CCTV in there or anything, but you know, I hope it remains in its pristine condition for a long, long time. And I think it's going to be used, isn't it? They're going to make it some sort of event again. You know, I think
They're doing bands down there, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good thing. Miss that sort of thing. Well, mate, like I say, maybe we'll get Alan on and go from there, shall we? At some point. Give us a call, 0330 001 2401. Please come and have your say. Give us a call if there's a news item that you want to report and want to talk to us about. So we'll go from there. Gary.
Okay, hot topic number 5 is is it redevelopment of the football club?
Yeah, the redevelopment at Days Park. Well, what do you think? I mean, you've been to Days Park. We've all
It's
been.
amazing. It's going to be good.
I think it's going to be really good, really good. I mean, it's going to, again, it's investment in the town. It's investment in the infrastructure of town. It's great. They're going to have gymnasium, sports hall.
Yeah, good for the young people of Furbeck, isn't it? Like,
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I tell you what though, Gary, just before we do that, we just had a message in from a Debbie O'Keefe, I think, which was talking about what's happening with our rubbish collections. Oh, Debbie, give us a call. What are you talking about?
Well, actually, in this week's paper, it does say that the DWP will be giving them a pay rise. Is that true?
Yeah. And Amanda Mason, thanks. Yeah, the football club is a good idea. It's a fantastic idea. I think any investment into our town, is a fantastic idea. Sorry, Gary, what did you say, mate?
About the Dorset Waste Partnership are giving the staff a pay rise or a pay review. Is that right?
Yeah, I think
so.
So.
They're on low wages.
Well, they work pretty. It's a horrible job, Gary.
Somebody's got to do it, obviously. But I think they're on £9 something an hour, whereas other companies are paying £10 an hour plus.
Well, there you go. Get on with the wage increase and stop mucking about. So, they do a good job, don't they? They clear the rubbish, they take it where it goes. You know,
pay them more
some
money.
Of them are good, some of them are bad. Sometimes they take the rubbish, sometimes they leave a mess. What can you say? You don't know. They're good people, you know. They work hard. Give them the money. Give the people that do the services for the people the money.
Would you walk in their shoes?
No, mate. No. I've got small feet.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Days Park. Seriously, we should get Mark on. Mark, or anyone from the football club, or anyone wants to comment about this to let us know a bit more. Please give us a call. Yeah. We do know that they're going to be doing, I think it must be like a scale model or a master plan or something of the whole kit and caboodle, which you can go and see, which is 16th of October at the Emmanuel Church, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m, hosted by Swanage Forum. Okay. And 17th of October at Days Park, which is the football club house, hosted by, obviously, Swanage Town and Houghton Football Club. But if anyone wants to give us a call on any of these stories with a comment, then, don't worry about it. We're only having a chat. Give us a shout. Thanks for the messages that are going on. If you've got a specific issue that you want to talk about, just phone in. It doesn't matter. You'll go to the studio. We'll make sure you're not nuts and mad and swearing and everything else. And then you can come on. You can just talk to me and Gary. Simple as that. And you can talk to the people that are watching and the people that will watch afterwards. Because we've all got a say. We've all got an opinion, and it might not be what everybody wants, but we've all got it. Football club thing, excellent.
And it's time for me to hop off, I believe.
Well, I think it might be, Gary. Yeah, I think it might be time to hop off.
I said hop off.
Be the time where we have to get our business guest on.
Okay.
So I think what we'll do, like I said, each week we're going to get a business guest on. We were going to do the life story thing, and then the thing, and then the kicker was going to be to give something away for free, which we will revisit, but we can't do it on this show because we're not set up properly with paperwork, etc. So you're not going to get anything free tonight, I have to say. Gary, I'll see you later on. Mind how you go. He's gone. He's given the game away. No, get away. Right, and we'll catch up with Gary later in the show. Hello, boys. Doing a great job. Sat here having dinner with Ben, watching. Thanks. That's Graham Sprigg. You know, this is the first show. Things are going to go wrong, and we'll try and relax a little bit. Okay. So, as I said, time for our first guest, our first business guest. And I think producers. Listen, as we say goodbye, God help us. Okay. Listen, Gary's going out into the rain somewhere at a location. If you want him to come to a specific thing or an event and we can cover it, then get in touch with us and let us know. Okay.
Hello.
God help us. And as we say goodbye to Gary, we say hello to Adrian. Adrian, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Now, some of you will know him for perhaps cooking you the magnificent full English. You may have seen him swashbuckling his way through the town as a pirate. And he also has been known to sing a sea shanty to fair maidens on the Swanage prom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adrian Wright as our first business guest. Hey! Thank you, Adrian.
Hey.
Adrian, thank you. Thanks very much for joining us. How are you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm fine, Ian. I'm doing great. How are you?
Thank you for being the first guest. Thank you for being the first guest. Okay. Adrian, you are the current owner of the High Street Cafe,
That's correct.
the world's leading emporium of cafe breakfast. Is that right? Would that be right?
Yeah, that is absolutely spot on. Nice picture, by the way.
Yes, thank you. You can see the picture. Ooh ah, you know. Now, Wade, that's what you do now. You do that now. But listen, we're going to take you back to when you were a child. Okay. What did you want to be as your earliest memory of a child? What did you want to be when you grew up?
Definitely not a plasterer, because that's what my dad was.
Okay. Right. Well, what about loads of money, though? That's a great profession.
Some say it is, yeah, but you get worn out after not very long.
Okay.
And it's dirty and not much fun.
Okay. So owning a cafe was the obvious step.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I know. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I never had any idea of what was going on until I got a job in a chip shop, and the rest is history, as I say.
Fantastic. Well, listen, Adrian, going back, I mean, you're born and bred in the area, is that right?
Yep.
So whereabouts were you born and where did you go to school?
I was born in Everest and went to school at Mount Scar. Lived in Studland.
For viewers not quite sure what that is, I mean, you were born in Everest and went to Mount Scar. It sounds like we live in like a mountain range or something. Whereabouts is Everest?
Everest was the maternity home, which is now the vacant lot next to the hospital. It was a maternity home for a long time.
Well, you never know with the investment we're getting in at the moment. It could be that again. But
no, that'll be the car park.
Yeah, that's correct. So where did you go to school? What was the school?
Well, Mount Scar. I think it's called Swanage School now. It's at it's just down the road from the hospispital, in fact, on Queen's Road.
Where did you go? Your secondary school. Where did you complete your training?
Well, back then they just turned it into a 3-stage education. So you went to the primary school, then the middle school,
right?
Which was middle, and then I went to Purbeck.
Excellent. Are you still in touch with anybody from Purbeck?
There's a lot of people around Swanage I went to school with, and I'm in touch with other friends. Somebody lives in Brussels. There's a friend in.
They managed to get out.
Yeah.
No one wants to get out of this beautiful place.
They all want to come back now, but they can't afford it.
Well, that's another show. Aid, how many O levels did you get?
9, I think, eventually.
Oh, well, what happened after the senior school, Aid? Where did you go? Did you do extra education, or what did you do? Attempt to go into the business world? What happened?
I had enough of education by then, and I'd fallen into wicked ways. I was out working in the chip shop and boozing at night.
Sounds like you're a bit of a tearaway, Aid. What's going on? Is that why you're a pirate now? Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it all ties in.
Oh my god! So, Adrian, you went from there. You went to work in a chip shop. Where was that? Is that obviously it was in Swanage somewhere?
Yeah, it's in Swanage. It's the parade.
Oh right, gotcha. Okay,
on the
so that's where
seafront.
you were.
Yeah.
And you carried on doing that for a little while, and then how? Because you're married to the beautiful Regula. How did you meet this lovely lady?
She came over to become an au pair to the bloke I was working for at the time, because he has a wife as well.
Excellent.
So she was au pairing, and
how did you meet? Was it like?
Well, we worked together.
I was across the dance floor, Aid.
No, it wasn't. That was a work.
Was George Michael in the back? Was Careless Whisper going on? And you?
No, absolutely not. If it was, I'd have gone up and smashed it, I think.
Sorry to all the George Michael fans and the Wham fans. We just lost half the audience.
No, what happened? We worked together in this country, and then to make sure we got on together, we went and worked in Canada together. Wow. And then after that, we worked in Switzerland together, and we realised that we got on quite well wherever we went. So we got married.
No disrespect. Why did you go to 2 other countries to see if you could live together?
Why not?
Yeah, so listen, everything's on the table. It's the first show. I don't care what happens. So listen, you got married to Regula, not small or large. Sorry.
Yeah, Regular. That's right.
She's never heard that one before.
No.
You've got some children, Aid.
Tell us
a bit more about them.
I've got 2 lovely boys who are now 25 and... No, actually, he's 24. 24 and 21. So one's at uni, and one is working for National Grid, supplying us with electricity.
Wow. Are they happy? Do they live with you, Adrian, or do they live away?
No, they live away. The youngest is at Plymouth Uni, so he's there all the time, and the other one lives at Sandhurst because it's just down the road from where he works.
Sandhurst, right. Fantastic. So the High Street Cafe, Adrian, how long have you owned the High Street Cafe?
It's just coming up to 15 years.
Wow, long time, Adrian. Really long time. I mean, I have eaten there, and I'm assuming most of Swanage at some point may have eaten there. It is delicious. But just tell everyone the address of it, Adrian. I mean, clearly it's in the name, but do you have a number? Do you know whereabouts? Tell us whereabouts it is.
Yeah, it's the High Street Cafe, number 3, the High Street, which is down next to the Vic Club.
Well, the older people will know the Vic Club. The newer people, it's called something else. Because the older people don't go there anymore, so we have no idea what it's called.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I stopped going there a while back.
Yeah, well, Adrian, you're a gentleman of a certain age.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it's a distinguished sort of age, I think.
I think so, yes, absolutely. Definitely distinguished.
Adrian, listen, outside of work, right? People are seeing pictures going on behind me, and they're seeing all of your work, because one of your things is photography, is it not?
That's right, yeah. The pictures you're seeing are from the calendar, the 2020 calendar for next year.
You produce a calendar, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, excellent. And where can people get hold of that then?
At the moment, the High Street Cafe. Or
excellent.
They could,
and all other non-calendar outlet shops.
That's right, absolutely. Yeah.
That's a cracker, that one. The Corfe Castle one, excellent. Have you got? I mean, is it right you take most of these with must be a high-powered super zoom camera, isn't it, or something? It must be. It's
a Nikon DSLR with various lenses on it.
For all you camera people out there.
Yeah.
So people can get one, and it's obviously showing local scenes. And this is for next year's calendar, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, I've seen, and you've got some up on the wall in your cafe as well. I've seen them. They're really lovely. It really does show off sort of like the niceness of Swanage, and the surrounding areas of where we actually live.
Yeah.
We sometimes take it for granted, I think. And you say to people, "Have you been up there? Have you walked up here? Have you been there?" And they go, "No, where's that?" And I think, oh, I'm still waiting for my wife to take me up to Corfe Castle, by the way. It's a 20-year-old thing, but just not got around to doing it, and it's up the road, Crazy stuff. Okay, so listen, Aid, what else do you do? Because I understand you're a bit of a songsmith as well. Is that right?
I'm in a local shanty group called Kelp, and we sing at people if they get too close.
Well, is it? I mean, is it sea shanties? Is it lots of ooh-ahs and ooh-ahs? And where can we hear some of that then?
There's actually a bit on YouTube. On the Wareham Whalers site, there's if you go to Wareham Whalers YouTube site and type in Kelp, you'll see us when we did an international shanty fest.
And are you telling me there's an international festival for sea shanty singers? Come on now. I know we do a lot of festivals, but is there one like that?
Well, there was a bit of a one-off because there was a group from Australia came over to see us, and we got the Wareham Whalers, Kelp, and the guys from Weymouth, the Dorset Rex, and we all did a half an hour section, and great fun was had by everybody.
Excellent. Tell me, do you drink when you do that? Is it a drinking thing?
Yeah, we're a bit of a drinking group with a singing problem.
I think that's excellent, Adrian. I think it's excellent, but I think the best thing you do, right, apart from your lovely service and your food, right, and the fact you're a great photographer and you're a fantastic singer, but the best thing you do is what is in the picture now. You are a pirate. You don't even bother to change your beard on a day-to-day issue. You are pirate near enough all the time, which I think I have to admire. Yeah. I think I have to admire. Now, how did it start? How did you? Please don't tell me it's a fetish thing. You know, just tell me, how did it start that you wanted to a pirate?
Well, a pirate ship turned up in the bay, and we thought,
did it smuggle you on?
Said, that
you're going to be a pirate, laddie.
Yeah. And we went on the ship, and the captain said, "Listen, we're all going ashore. You guys come and man the ship for a couple of hours, and we'll be back later. And the rum's down in the cabin. Just help yourselves."
Fantastic. Great story. I really hope that's true.
It's true.
Is it true? Is it true? That's literally how it happened. So you all went down there and you thought, you know what, this is a good life. We're absolutely slaughtered now on all the rum. I think we should do this for real.
Yeah, and one of our members
fantastic.
sailed the boat to France with Captain his crew.
It seems like a good thing to do if you're of a certain age. But I mean, are there women pirates? Or
There's pirates of all ages, all sizes, and all sexes. It's a very inclusive thing.
You have a pirate festival. I'm not kidding. Most people know about the pirate festival, okay?
Yeah.
But this pirate festival came from nowhere and nothing, and it's like a huge deal nowadays. Tell us about it, eh? What happens? What goes on?
We have pirates against militia in a display of weaponry and firepower. There's cannon going off. There's stone carving. There's often a mermaid. There's a pirate surgeon that turns up and cuts some bones and stuff. And it's all good fun.
Not real for any young viewers watching. They don't really cut your legs off. You're okay. But is there stuff to do for the kids, Ed? Because a lot of kids, boys and girls, they love being a pirate. They all get the plastic swords and they, think.
Yeah. And there's pirate games. There's a kids' disco on the Friday night before the whole thing kicks off. So there's a kids' disco and then there's pub crawl. It works really well.
Kids' disco, then pub crawl. Not with obviously the kids don't go to the pub, right?
No, the kids tend to go to the pub. No.
Well. Fantastic, Adrian. Listen, thank you, mate. But I don't want you to keep on the phone and just have a little chit chat about some of the topics we spoke about earlier. I don't know if you were watching flood defences, because I know you're sort of affected by the flood defences, by the water that comes up every February.
Yeah. We're right down that area. Yeah.
So what's the normal thing then? What generally happens? I mean, you get up one day, you come in, and you're in 6 inches of water.
It's not really that bad. It's only when there's a spring tide and an easterly wind.
It's a neap tide, isn't it? What's that? Is that the high one?
No, spring tide's a high one. Neap tide is not so high. Neap tide is where the low tide and the high tide doesn't have a great difference between them. The spring tide is where you get a really low tide and a really high tide.
Okay. Oh, well, see, you learn something new. We can do the weather in a minute. You can do the shipping forecast bit. Hey, did you hear a bit about the Swanage Football Club?
Yeah, I heard a bit about that. Yeah. I don't know anything about it, but it sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And Harry, have you got any comment on Harry?
Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah, met him a few years ago. He's lovely.
Did you? Where did you meet him?
Up at the golf course. Of course, he spends.
Yeah, he does play up there.
All his time up there.
He does play up there a bit. I was going to see at this point if we could cross over to our intrepid outside reporter, but I have no actual clue. Happening. We were hoping to go to Gary. I don't think he's ready. That obviously means we're going to give him another try. Hold on a minute, Adrian. Bear with us.
Okay.
Aid, what I would do at this point to the viewers as well, we would give away something free, okay? And I would like here at some point in the future when we have the paperwork sorted to be able to give something free to the people of Swanage. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to get the business people on and promote them. But the kicker is they give something back. They give something back free. It doesn't have to be expensive. It's just something free, just to say, there you go. We're build Swanage, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So what you're going to give away free at some point when we can give something away free, because I'll hold you to it.
Of course you will. A couple of breakfasts, I reckon.
You cannot say fairer than that unless you can't pronounce your F's, your T's, or your H's. I'm telling you, that's spot on. Big breakfast, small breakfast. I think we've got a bit of a problem with the satellite. I've got something coming in here there. Yeah, a bit of a satellite issue. We're going to try and set up a connection with our outside broadcast team.
Has Lee gone AWOL?
I think Gary's gone. We're not sure if he's gone AWOL or he's fallen in the sea. We don't know. He was very nervous at the start of this, and I think he might. I don't know. He might have had a couple of Xanaxes or something. So, can we go on the webcam to see if the lifeboat's been called? No, sorry, don't do that. That's silly. So, Adrian, what else would you like to talk about and promote, my friend? Because how much are your calendars?
Straight tenner.
£10.
And you get 13 lovely pictures of.
And they are nice, though. They are really, really nice. You can't knock it. Have we had any calls? My producer, there's been no calls. What a shame, because the first person to call would have had those breakfasts. So I think that's what we do. But we can't do it. We can still do it if someone calls and they can say hello, and then they can have the breakfasts at a time that we are able to give them away. I know it's stupid, isn't it? It's proper stupid. Gary's gone AWOL, everyone. Gary's gone AWOL. So, Adrian, perhaps what we'll do now is we'll have a look around. We're looking at your lovely pictures at the moment.
You only seem to be running 3 of them.
Yeah, we only seem to be running 3 of them. That's our producer's having a busy day.
Okay.
Now, listen, Amanda Mason says hi to Swanage TV. Amanda, come on. Oh, good luck in your first show, people are saying. It's all coming through. So thank you very much for that. Amanda Mason, why don't you give us a call? Give us a call. Don't type. Give us a call. Tell us what you're thinking. If there are anybody who's watching this who's thinking, do you know what? There's a good story you should cover. Then give us a call, because there's loads of things. There's loads of things that happen in Swanage. There's loads of things that happen in the surrounding areas that we may not know, that we may not cover. And the point is for you guys to get involved. We're going to be looking for news reporters. We're going to be looking for media people to help us call manage. Obviously not needing to call manage today because nobody's calling, not even for the breakfasts, which I find very, very difficult. We need like video editors and writers and all that stuff. So if you're interested, send us an email. We're going to try we're going to try to go live to Gary, but I have no idea what it is that's coming up. Adrian, are you there still?
I'm still here, Ian. Yeah.
Fantastic. At least we know the technology works.
Well, the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Is your phone all right? It's not. You've got inclusive minutes, have you?
You rang me.
We've blown the budget.
The entire budget on a phone call.
Hey, what do you think of the ferry, Adrian? What do you think of the ferry? By the way, I mean, is it? Do you get affected by it or not? Because in terms of trade.
I don't think so. It's hard to say, but my business did the same this year as it did last year, so it's really hard.
Yeah,
to
it's
say.
it's more of a local thing, isn't it? That's where your clientele. They're not going to come from Sandbanks. Well, they might come from Sandbanks, but it's more of a local thing. What do you think to the delay of it, though, Adrian, and the whole issue surrounding it? What's your opinion?
I think it's a total mess, and
it is a bit of a total mess. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got, no one seemed to know what's going on. There's people up in arms. It was a real big thing, wasn't it? And there was a massive thing in the council, and people were really cross. I don't know. Is there a blame, Aid? What do you think? Is there a blame?
Well, I don't know. I think they should have hired.
We've just clicked onto a new picture of yours, and that is absolutely fabulous, by the way. That's really good. How did you get to the old Harry Rocks one? Because that looks dangerous as anything. It's a really good picture.
It's not too bad. I don't get very close to the cliffs.
It looks like you're off the edge.
Oh, I know. It's good, isn't it?
It's like you've been practicing that gangplank walking in your pirate days, I reckon.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, it's quality, Adrian. Very good. But back to the ferry. Okay, I think we can go to our live report at any minute now. So I think we're going to try and do that. Adrian, that's very nice. Amanda Mason just called in just to let us know that the show's great. Thank you, Amanda Mason. We appreciate it. We're still full of nerves. We should have had a couple of drinks beforehand, I think. Maybe for next time. How are we doing? Gary, are you there? Gary, are you there? Adrian, do you know if they own the land, by the way? Just the last thing on the ferry. Do you know if they own the land between, say, the toll booth or any of that land that leads up to the slipway?
We always thought that they owned the land from just below Knoll House. The toll gate used to be there years ago. And it was always assumed that they owned the land between the old toll gate below Knoll House all the way to the ferry. How true that is, I don't know. But
I'd really like to know. Perhaps we should have got the ferry guy on if he wanted to come on. I really want to know. Do you know if they own, or are you aware of any land the other side, at the Sandbanks side, that they own?
No, they probably just own the slipway on that side.
So anybody, like I said earlier, I mean, anybody trying to compete with them to operate the ferry, it's never going to happen. And surely that becomes like a monopoly thing, is it, or not?
Well, it's a monopoly. It was granted by Parliament in something like 1923, and it's the same company that's ran it ever since. With, I think this is the fourth or fifth ferry that they've used, but it's the same people or the same company.
I mean, if it wasn't broken, everyone seems to be happy with it, and it works. It goes over. It does its job, and people get to and from. But is it the fact that it wasn't picked up, this particular industry, or does it just? Is it one of those things where it, should it have been done?
Well, I think originally the ferry was due to be replaced a few years ago.
Okay.
But they didn't.
And they've all paid for it, I think. And I do sort of feel sorry for the people over in Studland and anybody that's affected in Swanage. I really do. I don't know if there was anything anybody could do about it, about the actual problem. But I sort of do agree that perhaps there should always be a backup plan, an emergency or a disaster plan. Most companies have a disaster or an emergency plan.
Those things aren't cheap, are they? And they're all bespoke because they're all different So
they are, but I mean, this isn't a company. I mean, it makes a lot of money, I think. Listen, maybe they've identified it as an issue. Maybe they've identified something. I'm not sure. Listen, we're in business, and if there's something that happens and you're, if something happens and it's unforeseen, how are you going to deal with it? How are you?
Well, yeah, I know. Depends on what you want.
Adrian, listen, my friend. I think we are ready. We had someone call in for you to ask you your views about something, but we're not going to cover that at this point. I think we're going to go live to Gary. I believe Gary is sort of ready at some point. He seems to be coming up. We can hear him, but we can't see him. So
it should be on. Right.
I think we're just waiting. Sorry for the untimely pauses, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be ready soon, I'm sure. Obviously, it's raining. It's bad weather. Satellite's not aligning to
call me in again.
Things. So eventually, when the Earth spins and the satellites align,
I thought it was flat.
We'll get a thing. What did you say, Adrian? What did you say?
I thought it was flat.
The Earth is flat. I have no idea, Adrian. I don't think it's a topic for this particular show, but I will make a note of it, and perhaps the viewers would like to know a little bit more about that in the future. Well, listen, the ferry we've done so many things. I'm really, really chuffed that Swanage has been invested in. I like the idea of it all. With this show is to I don't know, to lift Swanage. Not that he's lifting all the time, but I am going to go over now. The satellite is coming in, and it's telling me that we can go live, I believe, to Mr. Gary Deemer. Gary, are you there?
Hi, good evening, Ian. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
I can just about hear you, yeah. Very well, yeah. It's a bit breezy down here. I'm actually at the recreation ground in Swanage.
Oh,
at the Bandstand.
Oh!
And we have a very special guest this evening. Mr. Bandstand himself is Alan. Hello, Alan.
Hey! Oh, hello, Alan. Oh, thanks very much.
And I just want to wish you well with what you're doing here, because I think this is a lovely, lovely idea. And I'm sure this is really going to take off. Full marks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. Just a few questions, really. Thanks for joining us this evening. Initially, you heard the bandstand was in a sad state of repair, basically.
Yes.
And after the surveyors made a report stating there was no way of restoring the original bandstand, you stepped up.
Yes. Yeah.
And asked people to donate towards it.
Yeah, well, I stepped up as soon as I realised that the council would threaten to take it down and fill in this lovely amphitheatre here, because it is a very, very rare bandstand that's here. There's only a couple more in the country like it, and this is part of the heritage of the town. So I thought, well, we're not having this, and I then decided to start a campaign and go for pledges from people who wanted the bandstand restored. And
Yes.
And then, of course, we set up a committee of like-minded people here in town who didn't want to lose the heritage. And then it was all systems go.
It's very good. You've done an amazing job there. How much did you actually raise in total?
Well, we raised, as the Friends of Swanage Bandstand, we actually raised £130,000, and that's without the council money. And
Sorry, carry on.
And the council money was they agreed to allocate 50,000 if we could get the pledges paid, and form a charity. Well, we formed the charity, and the council pledged £50,000. I don't think they ever believed that we'd ever get the money, and they'd have to pay it. But the town has stood with me and honoured all their pledges and paid the money that they pledged. And the council, they've done a wonderful job here. and they've allocated an extra £30,000 because they wanted to make all the paths good here, widen the top. They've altered one of the lights around here. They've put lighting in the bandstand itself because we had to put a new electric supply in, new drains, and the whole surface, all the surfaces here have been redone.
That's a staggering amount. How long did it take you to raise, actually, from the beginning?
It's taken us 2.5 years. 2.5 years.
That's incredible.
With the community spirit we have in this town, we've had no trouble raising it. And we've got a little bit more to do now because we've got to raise the money for the seating. Yes,
I did see that, actually. The seating is hopefully going to be made out of recycled plastic.
Well, we the Friends wanted recycled plastic. We wanted continuous seating here.
Very good idea.
And then it was in recycled plastic because they basically, to start with, they didn't want any maintenance. There had been a suggestion that they wanted to put standalone seats here, and we've said we wouldn't fundraise for it because these concerts they have here are so well supported, and we need to get the maximum amount of people sat. Well, it now looks, I haven't heard anything officially, so I'm going to get myself into trouble, but I don't care. But
come on, Alan, give us a scoop.
Either it was plastic or the council, I believe, want to do continuous wood.
Well, as you know, I mean, you've got to be outspoken to get your voice heard, haven't you, really? Which you've done. And I saw loads of social media things going on that you were promoting, and it's a massive achievement. Amazing. I understand there's actually an open day and a fundraising event going on here.
Yes, there is. Sadly, we're not having the full opening ceremony and concert that we wanted because we weren't finished in time. But what we've got now at noon on Saturday the 26th of October, we are having an opening ceremony. If it pours with rain, we will be here. We're going to open this, and the Friends are going to give it back to the town. And so the band, providing it's not really bad weather, the band will be playing, the town band, because they're actually brilliant. If you come up here and support them, they are really good. And so we're hoping to fill this area. I want more people up here than when it was opened in 1923. So I'm asking the town to turn out and please support us. We've now got a souvenir brochure been made. We should have it for the weekend, and we'll be able to get them to people. We are going to ask for donations of a minimum of £1. We've had a lot made, and you will be able to pick them up after the weekend in the Swanage bookshop, Jill Blanchard's Swanage bookshop.
That's brilliant.
That's
Alan,
fantastic, there. Alan.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So, you can continue to donate towards the Swanage Bandstand. Just contact Alan.
Good.
What's your number again? 01929 4263 80. So if you want to donate, if you can't make it to the bandstand on the Saturday 26th at midday of this month, feel free to give him a call, and he'll probably collect some money from you for the seating, etc. And a massive achievement, Alan. Thank you very much.
Round of applause, Alan. Round of applause, I think. Come on, Alan.
We've been very, very grateful for all the media support we've had and the continued support we've had from the town. And we couldn't have done it without the people. We couldn't have done it without the businesses. We couldn't have done it without the charity tins in the shops, which has raised us a lot of money. And of course, when we raise it that way, we can get gift aid. That's and we've had the supermarkets support us, and everybody has been absolutely brilliant. And I just say, well done, Swanage, and thank you.
We thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Okay, this is Gary reporting live from Recreation Ground at the Bandstand in Swanage, and back to the studio.
Gary, thanks very much. Incredible, Alan. I mean, this is another thing. Adrian, are you still with us, my friend?
I am, yeah.
What do you think of that, Aid? Now, because I tell you what, I personally, I think it's fantastic that we preserve some of our ancient landmarks. I mean, 1923, Alan was probably 20, 30. You know, it's old. It's an old place. It's an old thing, you know. And I think all of our heritage and all of our landmarks should be preserved, as specifically as they were for a purpose. However, the other shoe on the other foot says, hold on a minute, the council just sent out 50 grand of our money and the council just going to give us another 30 grand. So there are people that do that, and I sort of get that point. But does it outweigh the fact that we should be protecting all these things? And bearing in mind, right, the people gave a lot of money. And I don't know if you can see it on there. I'm wondering if Gary will turn it around. You might be able to see little bits. It's quite dark. But it's a great thing. It's a great thing, you know. So I think we should support it. Adrian, what's your thought?
I think they've done a really fantastic job on it, and I think, yeah, something like that should be preserved. It would have been a shame if the whole lot would have just been filled in with concrete, wouldn't it?
Well, could you imagine? Could you imagine? I mean, seriously, and they stuck a KFC or something on there, or all other rubbish fast foods are available. You know, they could have filled it with concrete and put a drive-through in. People would have gone crazy. No, I think. Listen, this is what I'm saying.
If you think it probably would have cost the council 80 grand to fill it in anyway.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, but the good thing about it is, you know, it's people fixing Swanage. It's people promoting Swanage. We get investment in, and the people gave lots of money. So there are worthwhile things, and this is why we're sort of doing this. We're not gonna fix everything, but it's worth having an opinion on something to do good for the town. That's the way I think. Now, what we are trying to do is Gary, our roving reporter, is probably hot-footing it somewhere. To see if he can find someone else and ask him a couple of things. It's a random shout, so it should be funny if he can find someone. And we're going to play a little quiz game, and hopefully he will. We've done it before. It was quite funny. It may be a disaster. But while we're waiting for that sort of thing, it's probably worth going through, because one of the parts of the shows we're going to do, Adrian, if you don't mind waiting with us, is we want to big up all the charities and all the stuff, because we want to lift Swanage as such. Sometimes people don't partake. They don't know about these things, even though they're in the Gazette, the Advertiser, things are online, people still miss it. And by the way, thank you to Nico and our team at the Gazette for letting us literally use your content and the Advertiser. I know that's nothing to do with you and it's the enemy, but thank you for letting us use your content. We do appreciate it. So everybody keep supporting your local Gazette. Adrian, so what we do is we go through it quickly, and we talk about some of the stuff that's going on. Like the first one that struck my mind was the Purbeck Good Neighbours. Have you heard of it, Aid? Ever heard of it?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah.
Well, listen, this is what they do. Okay, they're a sort of a volunteer organisation, and what they do is they go round to elderly people because they are maybe they can't get about, and they do things like they get onto a cupboard, they move stuff about, they read a book, read a letter to them, all that sort of stuff, change the batteries, do a light bulb, really simple stuff. Okay, and there might be a few other bits they might do, and what they do is they charge just £2. Okay, now I'm not saying should it be free. I mean, these are volunteers, but it doesn't go to anyone. It's just to cover cost of fuel. Okay, so some people will come in from quite a way away. So I think it's a good thing, and I think if people want to get involved in that to help the people of Swanage, then they should. It's a nice thing. £2. It's an elderly population of Swanage. Okay, they need looking after. There are lots and lots of companies, but if you can help the person in front of you, if everybody did it, great times. Okay. Anyway, their helpline aid 01929 424 363. If you know of anybody you could do with that sort of help. Okay. Someone just called in. How often will there be Swanage TV? It's looking like every 2 weeks. It will eventually go every week, but every 2 weeks for now. I do at the end that we are doing a special. The next show is on the 31st, which is Halloween, which is Brexit Day. All hell's going to break loose. But we are going to do a live show now. I was going to talk about this later, but we might not have any viewers left then. one of the most haunted places in the UK is the Royal Oak pub, and we're lucky to have it in Swanage. Okay. On the 31st, we're going to do the show late at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's going to be me and Gary live there next to somebody that talks to dead people in the dark. So, you know, what could go wrong? I'm terrified of my own shadow. So who knows? But Rachel, lovely Rachel at the Royal Oak is allowing us to do that. Please tune in, because I think it will be one of those shows. I don't know. We really don't know. But to have someone that talks to dead people, you know, what can you do? What could go wrong? Adrian, I just had to get that one in. Sorry, we're back to these the charity things. I want to go through it. Carnival presentation, the presentation evening, which is the evening where they give all their money to the appointed charities. It's a great cause. That's why we all love Carnival. We know that the money's going to good causes. Okay, you can go there. You can still make donations. I think they get 26 donations. So that's a really good thing to help I think their charities are not just around here. They do stuff all over the place. It's a good thing. Again, it's something that we feel that should be mentioned. You can go. I think the public are welcome. I don't know if there's any food. 7 o'clock to 7:30. Oh, hello, ding dong. Art of professionalism there. Leave the dinger on. People can go. I don't think there's fireworks. I don't know if there's any food, but it'll tell you where we send the money this year. Adrian, that's a good thing, right?
It is a good thing, yeah. Carnival's good fun.
Yeah, the Carnival's great fun. I mean, the Carnival is incredible. It's the only weekend my wife and I lose the plot completely. And it's. I mean, we're getting old now, so it doesn't take much for us to lose the plot. But yeah, I mean, fantastic. We're really good. It does good things. It's a good crack. It's a really good crack. The town's busy, especially if the sun's shining. You know, it's a good time to be in Swanage. Going to move on. The Swanage Gala, the Swanage Steam Gala. Not my cup of tea, I have to say. They are going to have a guest locomotive standard class S. Okay. And the gala is the Autumn Steam Gala from Friday the 11th to Sunday the 17th. I beg your pardon? Did someone say something? I don't know. So listen, this is what's happening. The Steam Gala. For all the people that like the Steam Gala, like the train stuff, get yourselves there. Knock yourselves out. I'm sure it's a great day for you. Adrian, what about you? Are you in for the steam trains, or is it something you don't do, or something you do?
No, I'm not my cup of tea. One of my boys loves it, though, and I don't know if he's down this weekend for it, but he loves that sort of thing.
Does he? Did he come down for the Flying Scotsman?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did he? I mean, listen, if you ever want to make some money in the town, get the Flying Scotsman in. Let me tell you, I think everybody benefited from that because there were so many people there, and I know the charity of the railway did as well. So
the town was rocking that weekend. It was amazing.
The town was rocking. I think it's a good thing. I mean, you know, there aren't many of those left. It's something that should be preserved. People are going to have their say on the management of the money. Were the lines opening the Wareham line? Was it a waste of money? Was it not? Was it a good thing? We've all got an opinion on it, and please let us know if you have an opinion, and we'll, call us. Someone did try and call earlier. Someone was going to say, oh yeah, I must just point out it's Mental Health Awareness Day today. So 1 in 4 people are going to suffer from mental health issues, apparently. So, take it easy. If you know someone that's suffering, lend them a hand, lend them an ear, that sort of stuff, Adrian, we're going to talk about the Swanage Football Club, but we've done that, and I think that's going to be a fantastic thing, and I think I want to get Mark on, who's the chairman, or he can call in if he's got nothing better to do now. Something else, Adrian, caught my mind. Local community lottery survey. Have you seen about this?
No.
Right.
No,
Dorset County Council are considering introducing a community lottery, right? It's like a quid a ticket, £60 goes to good causes. 60 pence goes to good causes. 20% probably goes to the admin of it. 20% goes obviously to whoever's doing it. And you win like a top prize of something like 25 grand, like every week or something. Is that a thing Swanage would do? I mean, is it?
Doesn't sound like mine.
Would you do it, Aid? Would you do it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know that I would. I mean, some people might. Some people might. It's all. Listen, local community, Dorset Council. You know, we pay taxes upon taxes. They get squeezed for funds. I honestly don't know how the councils work, to be fair. So I don't want to say anything.
If it was Swanage Council rather than Dorset Council,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay,
might be worth a shot.
Yeah,
but
that's what I think. So have a think about it, Swanage. If they're thinking about it, it might be a way to raise some money. And I'm sure there's some outlets in the town that will sell you tickets or do whatever, you know. Have a look into it. The other thing I want to talk about quickly is scam prevention, right? Scam prevention warnings, all the rest of it. It was in the Gazette. Again, we've got an elderly population whereby people phone up all the time, you know, from various different countries, various different accents, some from the UK, and they're believable. But let me just say, let me tell you, if there's any elderly viewers, if someone wants to do anything with your bank, put the phone down. Because if it's your bank, they'll write to you or they will contact you in a way that you are comfortable with. Otherwise, don't do anything. It's very dangerous, Adrian. There's a lot of people get involved in it, don't they? It's a lot of people get caught up in it.
Well, some of these scams are really clever, so it's quite difficult to see through them sometimes.
I mean, the ones from the prince in Nigeria where you've won £300 million, right? That's clearly you can't be, you know, you can't be doing stuff for that, can you? Surely.
No, that's dead and gone, isn't it? Surely.
I think so. Yeah. I'm not sure what's happening on the video right now on the live stream. I think it's working. It might be my end. I don't know. I'm getting old. Technology's me. So I just want to see what's happening. Let's get going through. Now, listen, the scam prevention warning, honestly, seriously, pay attention. Try and help someone. Try and educate somebody and try and help them not to fall victim of these terrible things. Now, listen, Dorset Ambulance and Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance looking for Swanage volunteers. So if you fancy a bit of that, get in touch with them. 01823 669 684. What else have we got through the paper? Oh yeah, this I didn't even know this existed, Aid. The Purbeck Leg Club. Okay, and you think, what's going on? What are you talking about? Purbeck Leg Club. It's actually an NHS thing. Okay, I think it's in Wareham, so I'm going to allow one time something for Wareham, even though they're not part. We cut them off, don't we? So anyway,
I've lost your feed. Is it you or is it me?
Who knows? It could be you, Adrian. We don't know. As far as I know, we're running live, but we do have issue problems every so often. But the Purbeck leg. Let me give you a quick update. A lot of elderly people, loads of leg problems, skin falling off, bits of bone. It's horrible, and we're all going to get there, right? We're all going to get there. This place takes them there. You go in once a week. They change dressings, look after you. It's really good, and they look after them. It's a service. Get down there if you got bad legs. That's in Wareham on the Quay. Can't give you any more information than that. Look in the Gazette. We've just had a very good from Purbeck Coast FM radio. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Listen, quickly, lastly, one of the good things as well is Love Swanage event is back. Now, seriously, this is what we're trying to do. Love Swanage. We are so lucky to live here. A World Heritage Site, a Jurassic coastline, the most beautiful scenery we can possibly have in one sort of place. And Love Swanage is back, Adrian. Do you know anything about this free event?
No, I don't actually.
Well, I think it's in its second year, and it's a talk in one of the All Saints churches. There's people there from the council, from the environment, and it's about the coastline. It's probably about the environment of the coastline. It's a fun event for all ages, celebrating our local environment. Bang on. That's what we want. You can see it on the thing now, 11 till 4, Saturday, 12th of October. Oh, they're going about removing plastics from Swanage businesses, Aid. What do you think of that? Good thing? Got to be.
Oh, I've got a plastic-free commendation for my business.
Happy days. See,
already there.
Terrible. That's really. Let me tell you something, right, about plastic. I'm not going to get all, climate change or pollution stuff, but there's a device that I was going to do years ago, Aid, and it sits on a desktop, and you can put the plastic back in, like the lids and the stuff that you can't recycle, like single-use plastic and all that. You shove it in, it burns it, and it produces oil, right, which you can ignite, for oil in schools and everything. Pretty expensive, and I was going to do that. I was going to get one, but it was a bit too cost prohibitive. So all the schools that were run on oil could supply themselves, right? But never took off. It was in Japan, they had a earthquake, all went wrong. So what can you do?
Well, yeah, I think all this plastic waste should be burnt and generate electricity out of it.
But wouldn't the toxic chemicals of the waste be done? This thing would burn it in an enclosed environment and produce, because obviously all plastic needs oil, and they put the
you
can
get scrubbers, take all the nasty stuff out.
Yeah,
I mean they do it in other countries.
To make this oil, you could also further extract it to make diesel or petrol. So I thought all of the recycling companies could be, they could save the money on the fuel and make their own fuel. Look how much plastic they must have to do. They could just recycle it, and so they get free fuel for the forklifts, for the trucks, for all that stuff. I don't know. Have a look at it, council. Have a look at it. Let me know. Can I just say, listen, in order to register the Swanage TV name with YouTube, we need 100 subscribers. I have no idea how many we've got. We've got 56. Really? If you can see your way and you haven't done it already, please subscribe and we get the channel name. That's the end of that. Thank you. Adrian, I'm just going through because there's a couple more things. I don't know where Gary is, but a couple of things. Margaret Green, Animal Rescue. Adrian, what a charity. It's been there for years in the lovely place of Church Knoll, hasn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, they seem to tick on quite nicely, don't they?
Everyone in the town, everyone in the village at one point sort of had a cat. I think they must have escaped there or something. There, people used to have cats all over the place, and it's a lovely place. It's where my wife's family come from. We were married in the church there. Yeah, I'm an old country bumpkin. It was a lovely place, really good day. Poured down with rain, absolutely poured down with rain on your wedding day. I mean, what can you do? So what they want is they want fundraisers. So they obviously want people to go around with the tins, collecting, doing some ideas, posters. So if you're interested, you love animals, you love their idea, give them a call, get involved, do something, Couple more things, a couple of mentions. Purbeck Film Festival. Aid, do you get involved in that? Do you know much about it? Apart from the fact that I learned it is like the biggest and one of the oldest outside of the main, for us country bumpkins. 7,000 viewers who enjoy over 80 screenings.
Yeah, we generally go and watch a few films. We got, I think we got 5 or 6 picked out for this year. My sister's one of the people involved with it.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. Where do they show all the films away? Does it always just at the Moleham, or are there other venues? I mean, does it include, when it says the Purbeck Film Festival, does it include Wareham?
Yeah, the main theatre is the Rex. I don't think there's anything showed at the Moleham.
Really?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't take part in it?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
The Studland Village Hall shows one, the golf course, the Dilston Country
and the actual place where there's a cinema thing, they don't get involved. That seems a bit daft, doesn't it?
I know. It's yeah. I don't know why not. I don't know what goes on.
Fair enough. I mean, in Corfe, we're looking at Corfe right now. Look at Corfe Station in the moonlight or in the false light.
Lovely.
Oh, we're looking. Well, we got a bit of the. Well, they've gone very well now. They've gone blank. It's dark now. It's getting dark. Adrian, couple more things. Purbeck Film Festival, by the way, is the 18th of October to the 2nd of November. Goes on for ages.
They show films in Corfe as well. Square and Company. I think Poole Arts Centre get involved now as well.
That's not really the Purbeck Film Festival, is it? I mean, come on now. But what I'm saying is, why doesn't the Moleham do it? Come on, Moleham, sort yourselves out. It's the Purbeck Film Festival. That's why no one in Swanage knows about it all the time. It's all this great big thing, there's all this stuff, and I never know what's on. I never know where anything is. But, we're bigging it up. Get involved. Go and see some films at all these places. And Moleham, sort it out yourselves. Last couple of mentions. June Ranger. Okay. I mean, she's an epic dance teacher for the town of Swanage. She has been going since goodness knows when. I think she first opened in 1967 or something. I was born just slightly after that, so she was doing stuff and I wasn't even born. And she's literally
You're old.
100. I'm not that old. Not as old as you, am I?
No, you're not.
I mean, listen, I am 34. I'm 50, okay, but I'm 50. My body feels like I'm 90, but I am 50. June Ranger has been doing this thing and must have taught so many people to dance, so many mums and so many kids, and she has got probably very, very deservedly the British Empire Medal. Hello, June Ranger, well done. Adrian, what do you know about Our Lady June? BEM, by the way.
I don't really know much about her, just that she's, as you've already mentioned, she's been teaching dance in this town for a long time.
Did you never feel the need to leotard up and tap shoes on?
No, not really my thing.
Too much pirate influence on there. Too much pirate influence. But listen, June Ranger, well done. Congratulations. Enjoy your medal. And enjoy all the accolades that go with it. Just quickly, Adrian, a quick review. The Blues Festival. It happened this weekend. Now, okay, blues per se is not my thing. But let me tell you, from a few independent people, not related, they said that this blues festival was the best one they have ever been to. And I have to say, the town was heaving for it. So did you get involved, Aid?
No, I didn't, but I also heard that it was the best festival they've had for a long time. Because of the same weekend was the Pumpkin Festival at the Square and Compass.
I did hear about that. Tell us more about that, Adrian. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? There's more festivals in this town than the Old King. I mean, we have a festival for pumpkins. We have a festival for fish. We have Pirate Festival. I mean, come on, seriously, this is a good town. Tell me about the Pumpkin Festival, though, because I don't really not sure if I'm up for that. Well, you just go up there, display your pumpkins and eat pumpkins?
Yeah, go and display your pumpkins. My wife will serve you some pumpkin soup.
Large or regular? Sorry.
Ha ha ha. And they have a mass weigh-in of there's a competition for the heaviest pumpkin and a competition for best animal made out of vegetables. And yeah, all that sort of stuff goes on. And then there's a live band in the evening.
Mid sort of splash.
What?
Dolphin mid splash, sort of making animals out of these.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, no, there's all sorts of weird creations being made up there. And there's hordes of people go up, and it's packed and a good atmosphere.
It's very, very busy. Yeah, it does get very, very busy. So,
yeah.
But the Blues Festival was incredible. I mean, it gets bigger and bigger, it seems, every year. The weather wasn't brilliant this weekend, but it was really well supported. And I know I spoke to the chap, the organizer, Steve Darrington, and he was made up, and people are telling him it's a great thing. So good, well supported. Swanage, we have the outsiders come in to boost the economy sometimes. They're welcome on most occasions. So good.
That's
up
right. Yeah,
the blues
absolutely.
festivals. We need them for the economy. And anybody that says, oh, we shouldn't have this stuff inside, stop. You're in the wrong town. So the Blues Festival, twice a year. Next one's obviously going to be sort of February now. So
March, I think.
was it March? Okay, so everyone was really happy with it. Last thing for me before we sort of wrap up. I'm not sure where our intrepid reporter is. I think we are going to wait for our intrepid reporter. He's going to hot-foot it back next to me soon. He's going to magically appear. He's going to teleport in. We haven't tried it. We've tried it once. It didn't work. It left a bit of a mess. But he's going to teleport in soon, I think. Not quite sure. But let me get back to Swanage walking football. I love football. I'm a I just like football. Been brought up with it, etc. Obviously, a very good player in my day. But Swanage Walking Football Club. Adrian, when people play semi-professional, professional football, like any sport, like boxing, they retire at 30, go back in at 60 because they miss getting beaten to death, but they miss all of that camaraderie. And a lot of things, there's a lot of mental health illness. I'm talking about this mental health day, there's a lot of mental illness in football, which is weird because you think, well, you've got everything. You've got untold money, untold riches, wealth, fame, that sort of nonsense, right? But they miss the camaraderie, and some of these kids do it from like when they're 12, 13, so they have to be coached these days. That wasn't set up before, and they miss the game. They really miss the game of football. And Swanage is doing walking football, and that's for either sex, any sort of age. I think you've got to be over a certain thing. You can't be sort of running and sprightly when all the old people are just staggering about. That's not fair. I think you've got to be of a certain age, but it's a good thing, builds a community, gets you back out there, okay? Gets you back out there kicking a football again. And I think it's a good thing. I think anything that helps the elderly, anything that provides investment for our town, it's a good thing, should be celebrated, should be spoken about. And I know there's people that think the money could be spent differently and these things can be done. But there you go. Adrian, you like football?
I do. I enjoy football.
What's your favourite football team? Well, not your favourite. I mean, you don't have a choice. I mean, what's your football team, you know?
Well, it used to be Spurs, but I've gone off them a bit recently.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it's because they're rubbish at the moment, Adrian, I think. Don't you think?
Still beat Southampton.
Do you think, I'm sorry, viewers wanting to know things, but do you think Maurizio Pochettino is going to leave Spurs? Not that I care.
No, I don't. No, not yet.
Okay.
He's doing a fine job. Or he was.
Yeah, I think he was. Now, I do believe very, very soon. Well, I mean, I'm gonna seriously sort of come to an end now of the first show. We are hoping Gary can join us briefly to say our thank yous. Apparently, he's not answering. He's being uncooperative. He's being uncooperative. And to be honest, have we got an HR department? Have we? Because it's not ringing. Well, I'm wondering if it's not ringing, Gary, have you got the volume turned up? Honestly. Oh, hold on. No, that was Adrian. You're still with us, aren't you?
I'm still here, yeah.
Fantastic. I would just have a quick word with my producer for the satellite. Producer, how are we doing? Oh, hello, Tiger. Hold on. Yeah. We could be getting ready for the teleport.
Good evening.
We're getting ready for the teleport. Can you teleport in now? Yay! Well done.
Major technology there.
Gary, nice to see you again. Listen, thank you for doing that, Gary. That was excellent. I think round of applause there. Great interview with Alan. Very disappointed you didn't find anybody else, but it was getting dark, and I think it's
blowing a gale down there at the moment in the town centre. Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that another time. Gary, we've just gone through. Adrian's still with us, and I'm just about to wrap the show up. I'd like to thank a lot of people. Not too many, because it's not an awards show. No one cares. Thank you for watching, all of you lovely viewers. We don't know how many there are, but thank you very much. Thank you for the support you're giving us. Please make the show more interesting by giving us a call. Your view counts. I'd like to thank Adrian. Thank you, Adrian. Thanks for being a guinea pig here today on a pilot show. So thank you, Adrian. Round of applause, Gary, for Adrian, I think. Yeah. Thank you very much. And Gary, round of applause for you. I think you did a sterling job out there in the weather, my friend.
I didn't wear a coat even. I was wearing a jacket. And it was
know. You braved the hurricane.
Hypothermia setting in now. Are we recruiting? We're recruiting, aren't we, Ian?
Yeah, we are. Well, listen, we have lots of positions that are absolutely fantastic jobs. And the remuneration package is absolutely no money at all. We are looking for any social media people, some call handlers. Next show we do, which will be the live ghost show, please send us in some of your ghost stories, and we'll sort of read them on air. We'll contact you, that sort of stuff, and pictures, etc.
Halloween.
It's Halloween. It's Brexit Day. Like I say, I think Mercury's in retrograde. All hell's going to break loose. Let's have a good show. I'd like to thank everybody else. Nico from the Gazette, the people at the Advertiser. We've literally taken all of your information and given it to the people in a different format. We were going to go through the Facebook pages, but we're sort of running out of time now. And I'd just like to say thank you very much. Yeah, thanks very much for your continued support. 31st of October, 11 p.m. till 1 p.m. It's going to be terrifying. Thank you very much. Round of applause.
11. Did you say 11 p.m. till 1 p.m.?
No, I said 11 p.m. till 1 a.m.
Aha.
Okay. Adrian, thank
I've
you,
gone
my
deaf.
friend. I really appreciate it. But I think we are going to close now. Just having a word with my producer. Yes,